Wow, what a rough day of recording for me. So, in the last episode I put out, it was a monk episode, and I had spoken about how I was recording for, I don't know, probably a couple hours, but I had 40 minutes worth of an episode, and I was getting towards the end of the episode when I realized that my mic wasn't receiving. So, it was just, there was no mic sound of me talking the whole time, so I scrapped that. I re-recorded the episode, finished getting the monk to level 10. I was keeping an eye on the Sisters camp in Ocean of Tears with /whoall OOT, and I had noticed that the person who had the camp, I had my Necro camp there, I noticed that they had left. So then I finished the monk, logged out. I went over there. I took the camp. I had a nice, good session for like an hour and a half or so. And I paused the video and I was like, all right, we're full. Our inventory is full. It's time to go sell off all of our inventory. And my computer had a critical error and crashed. And I lost the video file for that. I guess if you save a video file as an MP4, then you can't recover it in a crash. So people suggest that you save it as an FLV file. That way you can recover it. You only lose a few seconds in the crash. But my computer never crashes, really. So I never thought of it, never cared about it. This is actually the first time that happened. So I lost 2 videos, or I lost double footage yesterday of each character. So that's a bummer. So we're just gonna start out this episode by including the last of my previous episode, where we'll just see how much we get from selling all these swords here. And, we're going to try to go back over there. Let's /who. I haven't been over there today. So one thing is that it's not showing any of the people who have Anonymous on. And let me tell you, Ocean of Tears is the type of zone for Anonymous people. I don't know if that meow came up on... I paused it shortly after, but my cat came in after being out all night. And he's like, pet me! So it doesn't show Anonymous people, and yeah, that's the zone. A lot of people that hang out in Ocean of Tears like to be Anonymous. Usually people farming or poop socking or camping for a long time, those are the kind of people that for some reason feel like they just want to be anonymous. They don't want to be tracked. I don't know. I'm almost never anonymous. I don't care. Whatever. But I don't do a whole lot of poop socking and stuff. Anyways, when I /who'd it, oops, there's only 3 people in the zone not anonymous. I guarantee you there's another 6, 7 people there that have anonymous on. There's a 27 wizard though. That guy may be at that camp. I could see that. So we'll see. I did keep a couple of words that are for good spells. But let's see. After I up all my money, probably at about 300 platinum. So that seems to be what my current setup can hold. I could barely walk with that. I need to get summoned. What I really need is to get summoned bags and go over there. One thing I thought about doing was parking my shaman there, because I had him parked there actually. Was parking my shaman there and then having him summon bags, throw them on the floor, log in, and grab the summoned bags. Because they're only 4 slot, but they're 100% weight reduction. And I have 4 open slots because I can't hold anything. I mean, that's another 12 swords with 0 weight, pretty much. So, and this bag right here is 4 slot anyways, and it's small, so it holds my food and stuff. But I mean, that's irrelevant, I guess. I mean, maybe not, because you can put the food in the 35 bag and then have 4 swords in that bag. Maybe. I don't know. But anyways, yep, so I don't know. I'm going to go back and try to get that camp because it's early morning, nice and cold here. The night after I had the last camp. So I'm going to go see if it's open and try to get some footage there. It's not too exciting, but that's what we're doing here, is making money and leveling at the same time. As you see here, I am level 27 now. So I did go from 26 to 27 during that time. So we'll see in a bit. All right, so we have the camp. And we can see the sisters. We're doing the window method. So we'll pull the sister through the house so that I can target her. We're gonna Dooming Darkness and Fear. And then we'll load her up with the other, well, not Dooming Darkness, Engulfing Darkness. She resisted the Fear. Let's hit her with another dot because there's a cooldown on it. So we'll try to Fear her again. She resisted again. I just had a couple cycles and this never happened. This is hilarious. The time I turn on the old record. Alright, so there we go. It's a low level Fear, so it doesn't cost much. But this is kind of scary, having her over here. So I'm gonna back up my pet. She's coming back. So we're gonna Fear her again. This is still not a good spot to Fear her in, but she ran the correct way. She's out of Dooming Darkness. It fell off right now. Oh shit, not good. But we're all right. So that was absolutely terrible. That was like really, really bad. But as you can see, it went pretty fine. I got mana to spend, so I'm just gonna nuke her. As you can see, my life stays full and my mana looks good. My pet is the one who just took a beating on that pull. So we're gonna switch it up a bit. We're gonna stand a little farther back here. And we're gonna pull her farther back. That was my bad. Also, I didn't buff my pet. Alright, so we're all over the place. So that's on me. So what I'm gonna do is actually heal my pet up. Because my mana's pretty good. And this other sister should be spawning pretty quickly. So we'll try to get the pet. Oh, she's already up. So that's how close I killed them together last time. This one was on me. I just let this one get out of control. I mean, well, there was 2 Fear resists in there, so I mean, I guess that's not on me, but I also forgot stuff, so we'll just say it's on me. The pet doesn't need to be full. In that last case, it needed to be full, but it shouldn't typically need to be full if they don't resist the crap out of me. But I just want to be safe here. So let's pull out Fear. And let's buff the pet. I'm just waiting for ticks so I can just maximize my mana since I didn't do that great on that last one. Alright. So we'll send him in and bring him back. I'm all the way back here. Okay. Hopefully we get the Fear to land on the first try here. There we go. Well. It's not good. So we're gonna back up the pet. Oh, she's already, what's going on here? I'm gonna go ahead and Fear her again. Put one more dot on her. And I'm going to go ahead and just help out and slap a leech. And she'll start running. So my mana's a little further down because we didn't start with full mana. And I threw an extra little nuke out there. But that's how it should go. And the pet now should have time to leech up before the next pull. So complications did arise prior to coming here. So I went and sold off and everything. I put that on the beginning of the video, and I checked the boat schedule, and the boat was due to be there in 2 minutes. So I had two options: miss the boat and wait an hour or like 45 minutes for the round trip, or I could go to the bank. So I decided just to make the boat. But what that means is all that platinum and everything that I have from selling the last round of swords is still on me. Even worse, I bought, before realizing where the boat was, I bought backpacks because I was headed to the bank, and I needed more bags for my bank so I could hold more words and stuff into my bank. So I bought some backpacks. So I have a couple of words on me. I have 3 backpacks on me, which I mean, I can't even use. They're just weighing me down. That's like 9 pounds or 3 pounds each. So it's 9 pounds just weighing me down. So, I mean, I could sell that because that's 1.5 platinum and it's 9 pounds. And then I could just loot 3 more swords, which is, you know, 36 platinum. So I'll probably end up doing that, I guess. In the end, I guess I have to do that. But backpacks are pretty cheap. So I did bind myself next to a merchant. So the second that I'm done here, I can just gate straight back to a merchant and vendor. I don't have to do any walking, but I do have to walk to loot the mob. So that's, I guess, that's a little bit of an issue. I should buy sow pots. That'll really help me with the walking. And there's actually, I saw there's like weight pots. I gotta look into that. Because depending on how much the weight pots are, that might be the play as well. So these belts actually turn out to only be 1.5 platinum. Thought they were 2.5. So they're not worth as much as I thought. Could be my charisma and everything, who knows. Probably not, because that's almost double. All right, anyways, so this one's up. So let's go ahead and pull her. I didn't buff my pet. It's okay. Come back. So we are going to start with the dooming so we could slow her down, and then we'll fear her. So she is feared. We'll get off this dot and one more dot here. There we go. When this fear wears off, or right about now, it's gonna wear off. Don't aggro more. Don't aggro more. She's over by this window where there's more mobs, so she's not aggroing more. So we're gonna toss another fear on her. And she resisted. We're gonna toss another dooming on her, because that's gonna wear out for sure. And she resisted. So we'll fear her again, and we're gonna engulfing darkness. I keep calling it dooming darkness. She's running towards that building again, which isn't good. But she may be low enough now to where she's just gonna stand still. But all my dots have worn off at this point. I think this is the higher level one. She's just higher level by 1. She's gonna die here any second now. And I don't have my mana regen on, which is okay. So we'll go ahead and just sit my pet here. And as you can see, that went really well, and that was without my mana regen on for part of that time. So not, I mean, really good. So the pet has time to regen himself. I don't have to use heals or anything. This is dangerous, as you can see. I think I just got to figure it out. I think if I stand somewhere, if I pull her back far enough, she won't run that direction. She'll run towards the water or something. So I just need to try to figure that out or tweak this a little bit. Maybe I just, you know, once I send my pet in, I just walk farther back. It could be as simple as that. Well, let's go ahead and sit here for one more spawn. So yeah, that's where I'm at. So I'm already overweight, and I only have, you know, 6 swords on me. I can delete, you know, tons of other stuff to gain weight. I mean, honestly, I'm probably just destroying these backpacks. They're only 5 gold each. It's not ideal, but when we're dealing with swords that are 12 platinum each, not a big deal. Not a big deal. But we do have all of the money on us, which is hurting our weight. Okay, so she is back up. So let's go ahead and... So we're gonna pull her further back. I'm going to buff my pet this time. Keep forgetting to do that. Okay. So we're gonna pull her a little bit further back and see how this goes. Okay, so she ran towards the water. So that's really good. So we'll put our other dots on her. And we'll just start the regenning process. So fear came off. I'm just gonna pull her back. Fear her again. Ideally, I wouldn't want her to go in the water. But it seems like that's where she wants to go. Oh, she's running. So we'll just let it be it. That should be how it goes. The pet took a little damage there. But he didn't start at full life either. But this is a lot easier and a lot, you know, a lot less stressful as the other way. The only added stress is where is she going to run when she fears, but it seems like there's enough room here to handle it. It's going to get a lot easier again, like actually I didn't say it because I lost that video. But at level 29, this is going to be getting a whole lot easier. I don't get new spells for 5 levels anymore instead of 4. So my next set of spells are 29, in which I'm going to get a better pet. I'm going to get Dooming Darkness, so she'll run even slower and it's more damage. And I get, I think, a better leech, or at very least a life tap, which I'm not really using here. But yeah, things get better, as you can see. So if I want to just make sure everything is good, I could heal my pet up a little bit, just to make sure we're ready for the next pull. Because my life and my mana looks good. And then we'll buff him up. Because this buff probably doesn't last quite 4 minutes. So we gotta buff him up quite a bit. But we could always pre-buff them because it does last like 4 minutes. So we know this other one is going to spawn pretty soon here. So what I can do is just go ahead and buff him now because we know she will spawn in less than 4 minutes. Wow, that buff takes a long time to mem. And now I can bust back out. I've forgotten what we had there. Intensify death. Am I supposed to leave that there? Yeah. I was supposed to leave that there. Okay. So then the mob is up, so we'll just go ahead and take her. Go ahead and put my mana regen back on, and we're good to go. Alright, so she resisted. It's gonna happen. I always want to run straight into the water. I remember when I was doing this on my Bard, they would, when I get them low, they would run into the water. And when they were a lot higher than I was having trouble meleeing them at the end. And they would swim really far out. One time I lost one because my swimming skill was so low. And like I had to wait for her to come back. Alright, so once again, you can see how good this should be. The pet, you know, is like at 75% or like 78%. And I'm at 100%, and my mana's at 80%. And I still have a couple of moments until the next mob comes out. So that's how it should be. That's how good it should be. But we're going to sit here and do this for a while, and we'll check back in a little later. Alright, so as you can see, that's how many swords we got. We haven't been here that long. You can see where my XP is. It's pretty good. What we're actually going to do now is we are going to gate. Wait, what? I'm gonna have to split them again. So maybe I'll record that this time. But what we're gonna try to do is the boat is due in 8 minutes in Freeport, so we're gonna try to gate, sell off, run to the bank, get everything into the bank, and get back to the boat in time. So we are going to go ahead and do that now. So I do have some of these belts on me since weight wasn't the issue. I mean, weight's always an issue, but it wasn't the immediate issue. The immediate issue was time. Let's see where we're gonna end up at. Let's get rid of all these belts. That's all the belts I had. Okay, so one other thing is I want to buy some backpacks again. Shit. Where are we? Alright, so we are going to now run over to the bank and then run back to the boat and see if we can get there. We actually have 7 minutes now. If I can remember correctly, there's like a glare on my face on the screen. Anyways, if I can remember correctly, the minute's like the boat's like a minute behind, so maybe we'll get some there. I'm gonna go ahead and that's the wrong way. I'm gonna go ahead and pause it here and see if we can make it there. All right, so we're back at the camp, but we need to split. So we're gonna try to do a split here. It's not gonna, oh, there we go. He resisted the engulfing darkness, so we'll have to do it again. But that was a lot of fizzles. That almost didn't work out. Try this again. I might have... Maybe I should have let them get a little further out. But, you know, I had to account for some fizzles and stuff. But we're good. So we pulled her out. I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull her back. I want her to aggro her sister if I fear her. Pull her back over here. She resisted. No big deal. We're gonna get her again with clinging darkness, or engulfing darkness, and then we're gonna get another fear on her. I'm even gonna nuke her once because I started out with pretty low life. Now my mana's gonna be pretty low, but it's okay. We're just starting out. My pet did really good, didn't take that much damage, although the fear has worn off. She should be running now. Although she doesn't appear to be. Everything's going fine. So we got that one. And then we do have this next sister here in the hut. I'm just gonna med for just a second and get it just... I really don't need to, but I'm just gonna give it just a few seconds here. All right, let's go. Oh. Far away. Get in there. Should have probably rebuffed my pet. That's okay. Let's see where she goes. She does go into the water, which is super freaking annoying. We'll call the pet back. We'll get her up here on land. We'll get her with another darkness. That's gonna run out here, and then we'll get her with another fear. She's just being difficult, but that's alright. Because now we got like 4 straight minutes to met up. Alright. So there we go. We'll just sit here and we'll wait for the sisters to spawn as we met up. Pet should have time to met up to full. I should have time to met up to full. And then we'll work on our HP on the next pull. Alright, we got the pair back up. So the pet's full. My mana was full until I buffed the pet. And then we're gonna leech some life back here. Interesting. Hit her with another fear. I'm not sure where she'll go. Resisted. Right there are a couple of dwarves that'll beat our ass, so we can't aggro those either. The pet took way more damage than we wanted. Jeez. That's a lot of stuff. But we'll see if we can get the pet to heal up a bit. All we need is like one good pull, and the pet will not take damage, and then in turn have time to heal in between. Should be spawning any second now. Come on now, old lady. So the pet, I mean, the more time, the better, but I didn't think I gave it that much time. There she is. So we're gonna go in just like this. My pet may or may not still be buffed. Hard to tell. But we'll try to save the pet. I mean, as long as she doesn't resist, we should be okay. Good. equipped by the hillside. Oh. Hit her with another fear. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna hit her with one live tap. Just to keep my HP up. We were still a little short from the split, but now we're all caught up. It looks like she is fighting the pet. She stopped. Okay. Pet is still a bit low now, but now we have the larger rest time because I killed them, you know, maybe 1 minute apart, or 1 minute between the spawns, and it was a good opportunity to show the boat situation. Let's see. So if you're fighting the sisters and you're here, you can't see the boat. But if you stand here, you see the boat. So if you're over here camping the sisters, you won't necessarily see it. You have to be like over here. Just something to look out for if you are waiting for the boat, and if you're not using the Discord. You should use the Discord though. Anyways, I need a med, so let me go ahead and sit this guy down. Alright. Alright. So I unpaused it mainly to say, I mean, we're right here, you know, doing our thing, but I'm in the middle of eating right now. And I had DoorDashed some food, which I don't normally do, but I really wanted to not lose my spot. So I decided to do it. And it's good because like a druid came along and he's looking for the spot. And if I had not DoorDashed, then for sure he would have come along and taken the spot, and then I would have gotten home and been sad. So kind of just funny. But other than that, we're doing good here. Just fearing and killing, fear kiting with the pet. Everything going really, really well. I don't have my mana regen on though. Sometimes I forget that. Sometimes on the long med, it runs out and I let it because... Shit. No, we're not doing well. The pet. Get in there. All I have to do is stand near her and she runs. Because I'm not low on life, I guess, but the pet is. I think the reasoning anyways. I got a ton of mana, so I'm just gonna blast her. Neighbors playing loud music. I don't know if that's getting picked up. I'm out of these. I'm sure it is getting picked up. That's pretty loud. Okay, so here's that druid. Just sitting here. I don't know why. I mean, maybe he's gonna camp here. Maybe just waiting for me to leave. I'm not really sure. I plan on being here for a little while. I'm gonna heal my pet up because I can't let too much time go by. Otherwise, people get antsy. They'll just sit here and stare at you. And say you want a med for like a minute. If the mob's up and it's been like 30 seconds, they're like, hey, are you gonna kill that mob? And it's just like, I'm not saying this guy's doing that, but there are people that do that. And it's like, brother, like the mobs are split. I'm just giving it a minute so I can med up a little bit. Like, you know? I'll let you know when I'm done or whatever. I've had people like that. And I don't know. I guess he needed a better to look at me. So he's standing between. Jesus, sorry. I didn't have time to mute the mic. But I've been eating, so that's where that came from. Bob spawned. Is he gonna get antsy and tell me? Alright. So we'll pull this one and then we'll pause the video again. I'll finish eating. Oh shit, I don't have. Did it anyways. The whole running into the water thing is just absolutely obnoxious. Like, oh, ain't running into the water this time. Tank a couple hits because I'm gonna blast her. A life with a life tap. And there we go. So we'll keep doing this for a while. Our bags are filling up, but we're gonna delete some of these belts so that we can get more swords. I am pretty slow, but once I get everything into the appropriate spots, we'll be all right. So we'll catch up with you guys in just a little while. All right, so we're full. We got more words. My gate collapsed. We got a lot more words than we typically do, and I really do want to do research, and some of these are involved in some of the good spells for Necros, like the pet or the pet buff, which are spells that I had to buy, and they were, you know, pretty pricey, so. But we'll go ahead and see here, so we're gonna go ahead and keep those. But we'll sell all this off and see what our haul is. Now, I did see the boat just go by on its way to Butcher Block. So if I want to... So the druid ended up porting out. He sat there for quite some time, and then he ended up porting out, and then a gnome wizard came by, and he was all looking in the sister's hut. Naturally, they were down. He looked over at me and the druid, and he ran around, sat there for a second, and then took off. So let's see. So we got 220 platinum, another 5 platinum at least. So. Smaller haul because so many words are on me. But we're gonna hit the bank, and we have about, from now, I would say we have about 20 or so minutes. I could check the Discord, but 20 or so minutes until that boat is going to be over here in Freeport. So we're gonna go to the bank, get everything situated, not kill myself, and see if we can get back over there and get some more time in. But I think that'll conclude it for this episode. I was thinking of doing shorter episodes on well, whichever character, but shorter episodes right now on the Necro, because I'm kind of just doing the same thing over and over and over, and it is really profitable. The XP is good, so I did level shortly after I paused the recording, and then I only killed a couple more before I left. Where am I going? So the XP is good still. And definitely want to get 29, and then it's going to become really, really easy. And I'll be able to just chill even more. I could probably stay there again, like I said. You know, I could probably stay there till about 32 or so. And the XP will still be pretty decent until then. And just load up on mana, on money. So I have in the bank over 1,000 platinum now that I've earned on this character. And I have another, 225 to throw in there right now. So it would be nice to push that and to maybe go buy some pieces, because I'm doing this in pure, you know, just cloth, nothing. So I'm kind of interested, like, what, you know, in one of our earlier episodes, when I started doing this at 24, we were reading the P99 page on the video, and people, like a Necro said it was nearly impossible to do it at 27. And another guy said he was level 24, and it was a Necro and a Druid two-manning it, and they said that they couldn't do it. And it wasn't until they ditched the oh no, it wasn't a Necro Druid, it was a Necro Enchanter, and they could not do it. And it wasn't until they got rid of the Necro and replaced it with a Druid, and then it was a Druid and Enchanter, and that's when they could do it or something like that. But I was soloing this camp at 24, and that was a pair of 24s, and then the 27 Necro said that they couldn't do it. It just seems crazy. Like, what are they doing then? Like, utilize your tools. Like, at first, I showed that you could do it 2 different ways. I did it with the pet tanking at first because I wanted to get above the level of the mobs so that they were blues to me, so that they wouldn't resist as much. And I didn't want to rely on fear kiting and have them resisting my fear, and then I'll get into trouble that way. So I was just having a safe and steady, just tank and spank kind of with the pet. So that was one option. And then now that I'm higher than them and I'm less afraid of resists, which do happen, as you'll see on this video. They do resist fear still sometimes, but I feel like it's not as much because, you know, I'm higher level than them and everything. Anyways, I'll just sit here and ramble if I allow myself. So I'm gonna hit the bank, and we'll just end the episode here. Since I'm doing this again, since I'm doing the same camp a lot on this character, we'll try to keep them short, probably even shorter than this one. And then the monk can have the longer video, since he should be running around doing different things and all that. We'll see you guys on the next one.